Greetings YouTube, Sega Zombie here and welcome back guys to another video. And this is a bit of a video response to Nerdy Geezer and his top 10 of horror. Now, it being Halloween real soon, I thought I'd pick out my top 10 of horror films that I have on Blu Ray. I have a massive DVD collection, but we're going to stick just with Blu Ray guys. And there's a lot. So let's see my top 10 of horror must watch over the Halloween season. Where do we begin? There is some absolute killer totals here. But I'm going to go, number 10, I'm going to go with the Sentinel. Now this is a 1977 film by Michael Winner, the British director that's most famous probably for the Death Wish films. But this is an absolute tremendous performance by the lead, Christina Rains. And we've also got a chilling performance by Burgess Meredith in this film. This film stuck in my mind so much in the early 80s when I saw this for the first time. And I'm so pleased to have this back in the collection on Blu Ray. Highly recommended guys. My number 10 is the Sentinel. In at number 9 we're going to go for another 1977 film, and that is Dario Argento's Susperia. The cinematography alone in this film is just stunning. The use of primary colours is very vivid in this film. It's almost like a dream sequence, this film. A beautiful, beautiful horror film. If you've not seen this masterpiece, go and grab it, guys. Tremendous print on Blu Ray as well. Susperia. Fantastic. Number 8, and we're going to go with another Italian director and someone that is a lot more extreme than Dario Argento, and we're going to go with Ruggero Deodato's Cannibal Holocaust. This was at the turn of the 80s, 1980 release, and as it says there, the most controversial film ever made, and I still think it holds up today, and it is still a very controversial feature. A lot of people felt that the Blair Witch was the first found footage video cam film, and it wasn't. It was this one. This was a masterpiece back in 1980. Ruggero Deodato's Cannibal Holocaust. It still has some wincing scenes in it where you just have to turn away from the camera. This is the most complete cut here in the UK, released on Shameless, only missing the animal cruelty, which this includes the first ever director's new edit. So a fantastic film, Cannibal Holocaust. Still hold it in high regards today, and that is going to be my number 8. This film absolutely shocked me back at being a teenager, watching it on a dodgy VHS copy. This really is cinema at its finest. Number 7, I'm going to go with a sequel, and I'm going to go with William Peter Blately's The Exorcist III. This is a fantastic horror film in its own right. I love the touch that it is a sequel to The Exorcist. I think it's a sequel done to The Exorcist right. It's something that they just can never do. Every time they try and bring back The Exorcist, it fails miserably. But this has some tremendous acting. One of the best jump scares ever in cinema, in my opinion, in this film. A great dream sequence at the start of this movie as well. So I'm definitely going to put The Exorcist III as my number 7. For number 6, guys, I'm going to go for a modern film. I'm going to go for Ty West's X. It's the first modern horror film in many years to spook me. This film really did creep me out. I don't want to give too much away, but the main killer in this film scared the living heebie-jeebies out of me. And she still does. I've yet to see the prequel to this, Pearl, but this is a fantastic horror. Really love the suspenseful build-up in this film, and it's got some awesome set plays. So a lovely twist. What more can you want from a horror set in the 70s as well, which I think really carries the movie, and some really tremendous performances by the young actors in this film. So highly recommend X, and that is my number 6. This is a really hard top 10. One of the hardest top 10s I've ever done, really. It really is been difficult to pick 10 of my favourite films. Horror is by far my favourite genre. This is just a small part of the collection. I need to do another video really covering some of the DVDs I've got, that I have so many. But at number 5, I'm going to go with the Italian splatter master himself, Lucio Fulci's Zombie Flesh Eaters. Again, it's got that kind of dreaminess about it, the direction in this film. I love the makeup as well. The zombie effects in this film are tremendous. I love the style. Haunting, chilling soundtrack as well. If you've not seen Zombie Flesh Eaters, guys, you've got to watch it this Halloween, with some amazing cinematography from the master of splatter, Fulci. Some tremendous performances as well, and some really iconic zombie scenes. Some that are really going to make you hide behind the cushions. A gore fest. Zombie Flesh Eaters is number 5. Number 4, I'm going to go with the amazing Sam Raimi original, The Evil Dead. This film needs no introduction, surely now. The Evil Dead is a franchise that just won't die. It keeps coming back. But can you beat the original? Such a low budget movie from the early 80s. And I love Bruce Campbell's performance in this film. Some of the special effects maybe don't hold up today like they did back then, but still a truly, truly sinister set plays in this film. You've got the controversial tree rape scene, and you've also got the really eerie nursery rhymes being sung by the Deadites towards the end of this movie. And they're the scenes that stuck into my head from such an early age, and one of the first true gory horror films I ever did see. So here we go, guys. We're down to the final 3, and this really has been a tough challenge in picking 10 horror films on Blu-ray that I own for my top 10. The top 3 would probably change dramatically, because there's some glaring admissions to this collection. There really is, and I'm going to be scouring the internet and checking out all my local dives to try and locate certain horror films on Blu-ray now after this exercise. But number 3 has got to be a Dario Argento film, and that is Opera, or also known as Terror at the Opera. This is a fantastic giallo, a lot faster paced than most giallos. A lot of people probably that follow Dario Argento or are a fan of his films probably wouldn't put Terror at the Opera or Opera so highly in regards. You know, this was a later film by Dario Argento, 1987. But there's just something about this movie. I don't know if it's that its setting is in an opera house and revolves around an opera. But there's some really cool death scenes in this. Some tremendous special effects. Again, Dario Argento is a master of cinematography and colour. The soundtrack is absolutely epic to this film. And this poor girl, she witnesses some ultra violence. She really does. This is a superb film and has to be in my top 10. And it's number 3. Guys, this is nerve-wracking. More nerve-wracking than any horror. But here we go. Number 2 has got to be, for me, this film. Now, this is a double set steel book. It's got Demons and Demons 2. Demons 2 is a good film, a great sequel. It kind of plays like your worst nightmare, but I've got to choose Lamberto Bava and Dario Argento's Demons. This film absolutely blew me away. I can remember horroring this out, staying over a friend's house. His mum was really a lot more lenient than my parents, and we hired out Demons. The front cover, the original cover, I'll put a picture up now. That is what inspired us to hire this film out. The fact that it's set in a cinema and what happens on screen starts happening to these poor innocent teenagers in the cinema is tremendous. This has got one of my favourite horror soundtracks of all time. Some absolute classic 80s rock and metal in there. You've also got Go West's We Close Our Eyes. You've got some tremendous songs in here. Fast as a Shark. Honestly, there's so many classic songs, and this is just a film of its time. It really is a tremendous 80s film, and it has to be my number 2. Now, I think a lot of you guys would have guessed my number 1, and it's going to be a zombie film, isn't it? And it's going to be Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead, also known as Zombie. You've got many cuts of this film as well, which is interesting. This has got all of the cuts of this movie in it. You had, for the European market, Dario Argento. He done a cut of it. Then you've got the original George A. Romero theatrical release. Then you've got the director's cut of this movie. What is there to say about Zombie or Dawn of the Dead? The most significant horror film of its time. I believe this is truly one of the best zombie films ever made. It set the standard, it really did. I love the metaphor. I love how George Romero took current political issues and what was going on in society and put it into his horror films. And he does that exceptionally well in this movie. It's got great acting, awesome special effects by the magnificent Tom Savini, who also stars in this film as one of the biker gang at the end of the films. But it's got a uniqueness about it. You know, at time, you know, a lot of people a few years back probably felt that this hadn't aged well. The fact that you've got the more morgue-like zombies that have got that hint of blue to their skin. But I think it's added to the effects of this film. It covers a lot of really quite controversial things that were going on at the time and are still relevant to today, especially the commercialism side and the materialistic side of us human beings. And, you know, this has just got suspense, it's got horror, it's got humour, it's got everything, this film. Tremendous film, and it's worthy of being my number 1. There we go. There is my top 10, guys, of horror films that you must see over the Halloween period. And I hope you've enjoyed this. Please let me know in comments down below what your favourite top 10 horror films are of all time. I'd love to know, or do a video response. That'd be even better. But that's it for this video. Until next time, I'm Sega Zombie. Goodbye.
Sega Zombie. Sega Zombie. Sega Zombie.